Money might not be everything, but it still plays a very big role because it pays the bills.
Yes,
Right?
agree
Fair
to
enough.
that.
People who
Yes,
say that, oh yeah, money this, money that. I was like, see, money is a great drive.
it is
Okay,
important.
it is important to have
Yes,
that drive for money
yes.
because unfortunately, society depends on money, not
Money,
goodwill.
yeah.
Right?
Even I would say you can buy happiness from management of Tomini.
Yeah.
They have supported women a lot.
Amazing.
I think that's where the power or the power comes, or the
Good
trust
companies are
comes.
still there.
Yes, I would say that, and good management exists, because usually you say, "Oh, the manager." You always curse or you always moan about the management.
Right.
But no, here I would say the management is the best management I've worked
Wow.
with.
Welcome to the Reza Naqvi Podcast. Hello, and welcome back to the Reza Naqvi Podcast. Today's guest is someone who proves that strength in leadership doesn't come from titles, but from values, from growing up in Sharjah's Nabba neighborhood, balancing work and evening studies, to now shaping HR strategy at Tomini Group. Mishal's story is one of resilience, balance, and integrity. She's not just a leader in her field, she's a voice for women in the corporate world and a believer in doing what's right, even when it's not easy. Today, we have a look at her journey, her life before corporate, philosophies which shape her life. Mishal, welcome to the Reza Naqvi
Thank
Podcast.
you. Pleasure to be here.
Fine, lovely. Go on, tell us more about this lovely Nabba neighborhood. I'm born and raised in Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of this neighborhood.
Okay,
That means I'm very ignorant. Oh my God, that's so bad.
No, I don't think so, because I have been raised in Sharjah. I didn't know much about Dubai when I was in Sharjah. So I think it's same vice versa. Like you didn't know about Sharjah, I didn't know about Dubai, right? So I have always been in Sharjah, like since my childhood. I did my schooling there. I have been there since, let's say, when I was 6 months old. I was brought to Dubai. Like I came to Dubai. I would say UAE Sharjah
So
with my parents.
you are one of the first generation.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Very interesting.
So yeah, so we came to Sharjah and I started my schooling there. And even this place Nabba was not there. It was like usually it was called Nasiriya and Butin, like other things. I think this Nabba word was given to him, or the name was given to it later on, which even I didn't know, and I recently came to know about this. Like let's say 3 years ago or 5 years ago maximum. So I came to know about this name later on. Otherwise,
Historical lesson here, people.
yes, because I didn't know the name of that area, because it
Right.
used to be called from the popular places around, or the areas around.
Fair enough.
So yeah, so back then it used to be like ground, like plain ground, nothing, no buildings around it. It used to be just one, like few buildings around it, and there used to be small supermarkets nearby. And now you go see that place. Oh my
It's developed.
it is developed a lot. So a lot of like famous brands like Carrefour, Lulu, like
Everything is available.
everything is around. You see, you get everything there. I won't say like I can think of anything which is not around that place. Everything is there. So yeah, I've been raised up in that area.
What was something that, growing up in such, I think all of us, being born and raised here when Dubai was a much more humble place. UAE was a much more humble place. Even it is now to a certain degree, of course. But what was those things that, shaped you while growing up? You mentioned that, your sister had a lot of influence on you. In what ways did she sort of inspire you as we look up to people, especially if it's
Yeah.
siblings. We look at them. What was those things or those values those were instilled in you whilst growing up? Because I'm sure not everything we pick up,
Mhm.
but some things we pick up and they get instilled in us.
That leave a mark on you. I know.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I would say in our family, my father was the first one to be in UAE or outside Pakistan. I belong to Pakistan. I'm from Pakistan.
Very nice.
So my father was the first one in the family who came to UAE, and and my mother is a housewife. So you can
That is a
imagine,
full-time
like,
job.
yes, and no,
Wow.
you can imagine, like, nobody in the family, I would say women, they never worked, they never thought of even working. So my sister was the first one who started, like, who I saw, okay, women can work. Okay, so she goes to work every day. She when she bought her first car, the impression I had, like the mark she left on me, I was like, okay, we can, like, women can drive cars. We
Absolutely.
can buy cars. Yeah. So those were the small things I was picking up, or I would say that were leaving mark on me. So I think and even my father, my mother, like, and even you would say a lot of families have moved to Dubai from Pakistan, but
Okay.
not every father would give that independency to their daughters.
Very interesting.
And the trust,
Mm.
and the trust my father had on us, like, okay, you go, like, he gave us wings, like, go wherever you want to go,
Very nice.
go whatever you want to do, whatever you want to work as, like, go, just work, do whatever you like, you feel like. So I think those things as a childhood,
He
and
empowered you.
I would
Very
say that,
nice.
yes.
Very nice.
Yes.
You said something very interesting about your father. You mentioned that, he had that attitude, कि हाँ, जो होगा देखा जाएगा, that whatever
Yes.
happens, we'll see.
I all Yeah,
So
sorry.
how does that sort
Mhm.
of, is that calculated risks, or is it blind faith, or is there some religious aspect to it that, you trust in doing things? Like, for
Mhm.
example, Muhammad Ali Jinnah said that I don't take right decisions. I take a decision and then I make it right.
I make it right. I
You
think
see?
that's me.
So there's so many things. So that means a lot of ownership comes with
Yes.
something like that.
I
If you
think a lot
take a
of
decision,
risk comes in it. A lot of
absolutely.
risk, you need a lot of courage to do that. I think if that courage, or that courage or strength comes to me or is built in me because of that nature of my father. Or I think I inherited that thing, like, okay, jo hoga dekha jayega. I do, like, I do what I feel is right, and then I'm like, okay, jo hoga dekha jayega baad
All
mein.
right.
So I think that's
Any decisions which you would have not taken?
I don't think so.
Very nice.
I did that.
Because
Whatever.
then it wouldn't make you the person you are today.
Yes, exactly. So I think I've always taken the decision what I felt like. So I don't think, I can't think of any such decision that I regret. Oh, I thought of doing it, but I did not because of that such risk
Mm.
related to it. But no, I have took all the decisions which I wanted to, and I have made it correct, I would say, even if though they were
There have
not
been
correct at the.
tiny hiccups, but you've managed to
Yes, yes.
iron out the creases.
To
Very
Yes.
nice. Well, so that's just, touching the base of how, some
Yeah.
values we pick up while growing up. When you transition into work, let's say you've worked across a few sectors.
Yes.
I realized, you've done real estate, you've done a bit of I think fashion or cosmetic related operations,
Hmm.
and then into HR.
Yeah.
So all of this is more or less customer facing, right?
Yes.
And do you want to tell us how this HR thing happens? Like, what is
Okay. So
I am so far away from HR because I
yeah.
don't understand. Like, I could be possibly biased, judgmental, and yeah, it's human nature,
Yes.
right? So how do you sort of control that aspect when you are going through a profile or a candidate or somebody who you need to hire for the company? How do you know that, okay, yeah,
This
this
is
is
the
the
right.
person? Yeah.
I think maybe you can call it experience in the for your last thing. Like, how do I know this is the right fit? I think for me, it
Is it
comes from
intuition?
experience. Yes, I think.
Intuition and experience.
Yes, intuition and experience. Yes, I would say both things. So I was not always into HR.
Has it
I
ever
was
happened
I
that
have
you?
I have done real estate. I started with
Yeah.
real estate. So I started with real estate and facing customers, and sales was the only thing I don't like to do. Like, I
Don't say.
hate doing. I'm sorry, but yes.
Guys.
I cannot do sales, but surprisingly, I did a very good job in that field. It was my first job.
Hmm.
I started as a sales coordinator, I would say, and I was in a management company in
Right.
real estate. And I would say it was like before 2004. I think 2014. Sorry, I can't remember the year exactly. Yeah, yeah,
That's fine.
but it
Doesn't
was the
matter.
time when the real estate was at the boom, like it was a
Oh
peak.
wow. Okay.
And the thing was, I made very good money with that first job, and it spoiled me a lot.
HR people. That's how you get there. First, you go into retail or real estate, make
Yeah,
some money, and then you move to HR.
I know, so it was I made a good money there, but bad thing like the company closed down. So the company closed down. I worked in few more real estates. That's when I realized, okay, when I was on the field, because that job was done, right?
Right.
Now when I started in other real estate companies, it was like I have to be on the field. It was not the job was not for the sales coordinator. It was more of the sales officer. So for that you have to be on the field.
Okay.
That I could not manage because of my not personal commitments. I would say, as I said, like I was studying in the evening, so I could
So
not
it gets
give. Yeah,
tiring.
not even tiring, because real estate, you need full focus on that. You need to
Right.
meet clients. You need to give them your 100%, which I was not able to do. So okay, so there I met few people. I learned a lot. Then I started in N style. I joined N style. Yeah,
Right.
that was I
That
would say
was
that
one
was
of the second
yeah.
year. Still, you're newly in the corporate.
Yes,
How
that
long
was.
were you in real estate?
I think not more than 2 years.
Still long enough.
Yeah,
And
not
then you
not
moved
more than two.
into N
I moved
style.
to N style.
Right.
Yes, I
And that's
moved
where
to.
you were doing something more operational.
Yeah, it was more of operations. I would say that was my first professional job where I
Right.
was I met like where I first started, let's say, making reports, sending emails, and that was
Corporate.
my corporate. That was pure corporate life, like I stepped into.
All right.
And I learned a lot there again. Like there I learned professionalism. There I learned how to. There I learned. I met a lot of people. Right. I think I mentioned it to you earlier that in style was like I met hundred of people on daily basis. I used to visit branches because they used to have like 12 branches across Dubai.
Right.
So I used to visit different branches, meet the staff there. They were like they had diversified staff, all from different
How did you
nationalities.
manage dealing with these
It was,
different
I think
personalities?
I started enjoying meeting people.
Was
There,
it, do you have like a streamline approach for everybody, or obviously because these are different personalities, different people?
different
How do you
personalities, different
deal with
people.
that?
I think I just as you meet them, it was as you go, as you meet them, you start picking up, okay, this person is different,
Right.
so this is the approach you need to you need to take with this person. I think it's just it's just experience based, I would say.
Fair enough.
So I did like I worked there for a few months, and it was going really well. It was pretty well. I was doing a great job there. And then again, studies. It
Right.
was my last year, and I could not manage that job. I would be very honest. I could not manage that job because meeting people, making reports on each and every store was a bit hectic for me.
Fair.
And this was my last year. I really wanted to focus on my studies that
Right.
time. So I left from there, and then I took, I think, some break. I went back to real estate as in the admin or
Aspect.
operational aspect. I worked for some time, and then it was very quiet in the real estate at
Mm.
that time. So it was just operational job.
Fair.
Then I got this Tomini.
Yeah. How did that come to be? I think I've seen their showroom in Barsha.
Yes,
It is quite beautiful.
it is. It is beautiful
How
showroom.
did that the HR part come to be? Tell us a little bit
So
more
yeah,
about
that's what I was never like. I never went there with the thought of being into HR. So I went there for an admin position
that. Right.
because my studies were done. I completed my last year. And now I was like, okay, now I can focus on the job. So that's why I went to Tomini. There was a vacancy. I applied and I got a call for the
Interview.
interview. Yeah,
Right.
for the interview. So I was like, okay, let's try it. And even my husband Tayyab works there, so that's how I got to know about this vacancy. So I was like, okay, let's try. And initially, I was like, okay, I don't know how it will go. He works there. I'll be. And first thing, like maybe in some companies, there's a policy that, okay, husband and wife couples cannot work together, right?
Yes, I have heard.
Yeah, but I think when I applied and when they called me for an interview, so that was clear that okay, they were okay, they were agreed to for a couple
Very
to work
nice.
there. Yeah. So when I went for the interview, interview went well, and I started, and I just started as, okay, I got a job and a role in HR, so it was an HR admin role.
Okay.
So I just got the role, and I just
And then
started
you
it. Okay,
embarrassed.
let's just start with it and let's see how it goes. And I was like, okay, maybe it might be like I work here for 6 months, 8 months, or it can be like I built my career there.
See, this is something very interesting, which people need to understand, right? I don't want to misquote. I think it was Warren Buffett or Richard Branson. They said that do not deny or do not decline an offer.
Yes, or an
Learn it
opportunity.
as you
Yes,
exactly learn as you
yes,
go. Show that drive, show that
yes.
interest, take it on
Hmm.
board, have that hunger, and do your
Yeah.
homework. And then and the best
Then
is
you see the
then you got the
result.
job.
Yes.
And wow, you went in thinking it won't be long. 8 years now, is it?
Eight
Wow.
plus. I'm going to complete 9 years now.
Wow, this is amazing.
Yeah.
So this is so all of this, coming together. Tell us more about the philosophy behind it. Tell us more about, you've said in the past that be ethical, never cheat, never lie
Yes.
in the corporate world.
Hmm.
These things
I
are very
apply this
difficult
even
sometimes.
in the personal life as well. I'm very strict with these rules, and I blindly or religiously follow these things. Be ethical. It's not that I was always like this. There has been time in my I would say first job or the second job where I have not been ethical, and I regret that. So
Well, it's
from
a learning curve.
it was a very big learning. There were few I would say incidents where I regret, like, why I did not follow my. I just saw the okay
Moral
the
compass.
I was more of into a corporate world. I was
Mhm.
like, okay, it can be done here, so it's fine, but no, it cannot be done anywhere. Yeah,
Conscience.
yeah. It was like, no,
Well,
no.
tell us more. So as women,
Yeah.
now already 8 years, 9 years going to be in leadership roles, you know, what is an issue which women face? Is it being heard? Is it being seen? Or is it being understood? As in the corporate world,
Yes.
I know women who are thriving.
Yes.
Like they are doing
Now
amazing.
you see them thriving. Otherwise, especially in marine industry, I would say, because Tomini is into marine industry.
Interesting.
So in marine industry, you will see very few
Hmm.
women, I would say. This industry is more of men dominating
I think
industry. Yes.
I think they say that about most industries. However, I would. That's a debate we can have later.
Yeah, but in our, I would say in Tomini, it was when I joined Tomini, there were very few ladies. I think
Okay.
hardly four or five.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was more of male. It was a male dominant company, I
Mhm.
would say, and even the industry, if you see, even the crew, even the staff, they are mostly male. But now we are working towards the women, like diversity. Even the crew, we have hired like four or five crew as females, so it has started now.
Very nice.
But when I joined Tomini, it was more of women. I would say we, because in HR we are like three ladies, no men, so we are
That
ladies.
is a female
And
dominated industry right now.
in the starting we were just two. Now it grew into three, but in the starting we were just two, and we used to have face a lot of challenges.
So being recognized, being
Yes.
understood,
Being
being
heard,
heard,
being
and being
yes.
seen.
And I would
Mhm.
say the management of Tomini,
Yeah.
they have supported women a lot.
Amazing.
I think that's where the power or the power comes, or the
Good
trust
companies are
comes.
still there.
Yes, I would say that, and good management exists, because usually you say, "Oh, the manager." You always curse, or you always moan about the management.
Right,
But
right.
no, here I would say the management is the best management I've worked
Wow.
with. Yes.
That's amazing. So, and now obviously, so long in the same company, obviously you've developed yourself in a leadership role.
Mhm.
Was that something, that came naturally, or it was something you polished yourself? Because I think leaders, when people say that, leadership is something that cannot be learned, I think it can be. Of course, some people have a natural touch,
Inbuilt, yes.
but also if
But
you
you have to work to get
have
to
a
it.
framework,
Yes, you have to. It does not come to you. Like, you have to work for it, right?
absolutely.
Even though it was inbuilt, like I would say, since my childhood, I have that sort of leadership thing in me, because even my school, with my friends, I was the leading person.
There you go.
Like, let's say a very small thing, even I would say plans within the friend circle, I would be leading the
There you go.
plans. Where even in the schools, I would leading the groups. I would be okay. I'm the monitor of the class. I was that
So it
person.
was always there. So,
Yes, it
okay,
was
fair
always
enough.
there.
Fair enough.
But in Tomini, I said I started as an admin, but now I'm the HR business partner. So I've worked for it. I have worked for it. I have that, that okay. I don't. But some people, okay, they get to the job. They are into good environment. They are working good. They are like, okay, we are fine where we are. We are happy where we are.
Yes.
And fair enough. Like, some people don't have that. Okay, we will work for some time, and then they're like,
I
okay.
think I think I like to call these people. There's no harm in it. Of course, you
Mhm.
see people. They go into their comfort zone in
Yeah, and then
a
they
job
don't
or
want to
industry.
work further. They don't want to take
They're
extra
very content.
responsibility. They're like, okay, we are happy where we are.
What, as an HR, what do you think? Because I have a
Mhm.
few things to say about that. Because obviously we don't see a lot of the things that they might be going through. Number one, it
Mm.
could be a lot of,
Personal reason. I would say
yes,
personal issue, personal life, personal reasons. Yeah, we have.
they might not
I
want to
know
take
a
the
lot.
risk to sort of change something
Yes,
which is
yes. They
working
don't want
perfectly.
to. They don't. For example, I'll just give you an example. We have different opportunities in the office,
Right.
right? Even though, like, if we tell an existing staff,
Yeah.
would you like to take this opportunity? No, we are happy where we are,
Okay.
because they don't want to take the risk.
Risk and responsibility.
Risk and respond. Yes.
Okay, because
Okay,
they,
we
they
don't
they
want.
feel they're fine in their job. They're doing
Yes.
it well. They don't want
Yes,
to
and
move
they
it, which
don't
is
want to
fair.
take the risk or extra responsibility. I would say more of risk, because they are like, what if we are not able to perform this well?
Fair.
What if we might lose our jobs? We cannot go back. So that's the thing,
Understand.
you need to take you should have that courage of, if you want to move further, you have to take that risk.
Having said that,
Mhm.
we also need to understand. Like I was a bit rash or brash
Mhm.
when I was slightly younger, and I wouldn't understand this aspect that, oh, they don't want to take a responsibility. But later on, I sort of absorbed and I understood that we are all part of the same ecosystem. Because if everybody has their roles and responsibilities
Mm.
in this mic which we're talking into, every component has its role to play.
Mm.
Every component cannot play the same role,
Yes.
and we
Very
have to sort of
true.
give that respect to a certain degree.
Yes.
So that's fine. If they're comfortable due to taking a risk, that's okay.
Yeah.
But if they're comfortable due to laziness or just
There
the hunger
are.
dies out,
Yeah, there
that is an
are such
issue.
people even. But again, we need to respect them. They're happy where they are,
No, you
right?
need to fire
You
those people.
cannot you cannot push them. We cannot fire them. One of them is my friend. He's my childhood friend, I would say.
Very
I should
interesting.
not have said that. But
But
it's one of my childhood friend who does not want to grow, right? She's just
but as long as they're
happy.
productive in their role,
Yes, she is
point being.
productive in the role. That's why
Okay.
she's still there. Otherwise, why, she would not have stayed for
She
that
would not
long.
have
She would
lasted
have
that
been
long.
fired,
Fair.
you know. Yeah, but she is performing well in her role.
Okay.
But the thing is, she don't want to grow.
You said, success isn't all about money and material. It's more about the core values. So what is the definition of success? Let's say for yourself or for somebody who you hired.
Yeah.
What is how would you define success? Because it's very subjective
Yes.
for
For everyone,
everybody.
it's
It's
different.
yes.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I said earlier, like, for me, earlier in the days when I started
Right.
working, it was money. For me, success was money. And in my
Fair.
first job, as I said, I was very successful.
Fair enough.
Later on, with my experience, I realized, no, it's not about money. It's about how you feel when you go to the office. It's about how, because when I changed few jobs,
Right.
that's when I realized, no, money is not everything. Money, for me, the definition started changing
Right.
there. So later on, like now, I would say maybe it might change in the future, my definition of
Yeah.
success. But now, at present, or I would say from past, I would say 10 years,
Right.
it is like, success to me is, I would say, a peaceful environment, or I would say, when you have that work life balance, back then the work life balance, I would say you would agree to it, but back then this work life balance was not even a topic.
I think
Now,
it's. I can say some very seriously controversial things on this.
yeah,
The
but
work-life balance, as politely as I can put it, is what you want it to be. That because it's very subjective.
I
So
think
work-life
yes.
balance is what you with your partner or your family
Mhm.
decide that this is a good balance.
Yeah, yeah, I
So
think yes, but now I think people are focusing more, as you know, Gen Zs are entering into the industry.
right.
Now you will hear this work life balance everywhere. It's
Oh, yeah.
more. I think people are. I would say millennials. They're getting
Who
more
are we?
awareness. Sorry,
What are we?
we are
Oh,
millennials.
we are. Oh, okay.
Yes, we are
Understood.
millennials.
Okay.
Yes, no,
Um,
Gen Z is, I would say, people who are born from 2000 onwards. So those are Gen Z. So from 2000 until 2025, I guess, if I'm not wrong, 2025 are millennials. And after, no, sorry, 2024. So from 2025 is Alpha, Gen Alpha.
wow, there's something else.
Yeah, I think that's a correct information I'm giving. Okay, but
I
I
have
know we are
no idea.
millennials.
Okay.
So yeah, in millennials, if you see, I will talk about the Asian in people or Asian
Asian
industry.
culture.
Yeah, Asian culture.
Right.
For us, I would say that work-life balance was not a topic. Nobody knows before, in back in the days, nobody knew about it. They were more of work. Like men were into work
Yeah.
and women were into household,
When
I
it
would say.
becomes neglect of any responsibility, I
Mhm.
think then the balance is out. That is what I feel. So if you're
Um,
not, if you,
mhm,
work is great, work, see, all of these things are, like I said, part of the ecosystem.
mhm.
So money might not be everything, but it still plays a very big role because it
Big role.
pays the bills,
Yes, yes,
right?
agree
Fair
to
enough.
that.
People who
Yes.
say that, oh yeah,
Mhm.
money this, money that, I was like, see, money is a great drive.
It is
Okay,
important.
it is important to have
Yes,
that drive for money
yes.
because unfortunately, society depends on
Hmm.
money, not
Money,
goodwill,
yeah.
right?
Even I would say you can buy happiness from money. I won't disagree, or I won't say like no, because people
To a
say
certain
no.
degree, yes.
Yes, yes,
It is
it is.
actually true
Yes.
because if you have, if you've come from a humble background
Hmm.
and you now have the uh, ability
Hmm.
to go out and spend money,
Yes.
and if it brings you that happiness, that's fair.
That fair and
For
yes.
example, many people, for some people, happiness is just having a nice, I don't know, meal at a restaurant.
It is.
And if they can afford it, why not?
Yeah.
That's fine. There's
Yeah.
no harm in doing that.
Mhm.
However, having said that, again, there comes, moral obligation. So where you sort of, it's a very gray line. It's a very thin line.
It is. Yes.
When
Yes.
you cross it, when
Mhm.
you don't cross it, like for example, to talk about, I don't know, but Cristiano Ronaldo, he spends money at a different level,
Yeah.
right? Because he's in that capacity of
He
doing
is.
it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Many people
Mhm.
don't, who are not in that capacity of doing
Mhm.
it, and they try to depend on material things. I think that's where the balance goes
Mhm.
out. People who work too much, neglect responsibilities.
Yes.
That's where work-life balance needs
Yes.
to be reassessed,
Yes, yes,
right?
yes. That's again a big topic. We can go on and
Yes,
on that.
yes.
Yeah, but then yeah, again going back to the topic. So success for me is I won't say like not money at all.
Right.
Somehow, as we said, like
To a
and
certain
even
degree.
yeah, to a certain degree, yes, it is. But for me, it's like good place of work, like good environment at work,
Peace of mind.
peace of mind, where you feel like going every morning. Otherwise, in few I have experiences in my few jobs like where you don't want to go at all. You don't want to see that person's
We
face
need
at
to talk
office.
about toxic
Yeah, I
environment
think
at a
that toxic.
workplace one
Yes,
day.
yes, that
We need to cover that.
I have faced it, and it's really bad. I don't want to go back to that feeling ever. It happened to me, but now like success to me, it's like where you feel like going, where you're happy, where you can you can be open. You can
You
for
can
me
express yourself at
express
work.
yourself.
Fair
Yes,
enough.
yes,
Because, the environment is there.
yes.
Now, since we've already covered, the work aspect and the moral obligations and
Mhm,
everything, how do you sort of, who is Mashal outside the corporate? So naturally, as a human,
mhm.
what you have passions, you have interests.
Yes.
So like, you told me that you like hosting. You
Yes.
like cooking. You're a great cook.
Yes.
I've eaten some of
Thank
your
you.
food. Yes. And family. You spoke about family.
Yes.
See, that's something very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's very subjective because it comes down to an individual's mind.
Yeah.
What is the balance in their mind?
Mm-hmm.
Some people think giving 5 minutes to family is they've done a lot. For some people, regardless, you spend all the time, it still
It's
feels
still
less.
less. It's still less.
There
It
you go.
still feels like, no, I have not done enough. I think I'm that person where, alhamdulillah, like my parents are here. But when you see around, like there are a lot of people who are here without their parents.
Right, right.
But for me, I'm really lucky to have them here, and they just stay like 20 minutes drive away from my house, and it's religiously every weekend, like Friday, right after my work, I am at my parents' place.
That's fine. I think that's a
All our
great thing.
sisters are there. Outside, like corporate, I would say like half of my time is with my family, with my sisters, with my niece, nephews.
Very
So
nice.
and I enjoy like
I think you
spending
have
time with
two
them.
nieces from one
Yes,
side, and
yes,
then
and
from
one
your
mother's,
siblings, you
yes.
have a few.
Few, yes,
Wow,
yes.
mashallah,
So,
that's nice.
so I'm really, I feel very blessed to have them. I feel like I'm very blessed to visit my family, like, every weekend. And I'm blessed to have a husband who supports me with this. Otherwise, and
It's very
even my
important.
my in-laws, I would say I'm really blessed to have them. I would say like people moan about their in-laws. People
Yeah,
can, again, this is a different topic, but I'm really blessed to have these
that's nice. That's
in-laws,
nice.
which I have now,
See,
which
that's
I have.
I think that's a very interesting point, because I think that's the home team that supports you. They might not be, I don't know, cheering for you with pom poms, but
Yeah, no,
it's those
it's a
underlying
small
things.
actions,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the
absolutely.
small things, like they never stopped me from doing anything. They have never, I won't say they have encouraged me, or they have, those with
Discouraged
yeah,
you.
this discouraged me,
There we go.
but they have never stopped or never said anything, negative to me. They have always, I would say, encouraged me in a silent way, I would say.
Fair enough.
Yes.
So this sort of recharges you, rejuvenates you, spending time with family,
Yes.
hosting these
Yes.
family
Yes.
gatherings.
Friends gatherings, family gatherings. I think family and together with my husband, not alone, I would say,
Right.
together with my husband. And
Fair enough.
he's always there with me. So I think I feel I am really lucky. I think that's what success again is to me. I do whatever I want to. And my husband supports me, my family's there. Like I really feel, blessed to have everyone around me, supporting me, cheering, me.
That's
Yes.
sharing in its own right. That's
Yes.
that it
Yes.
goes a very long way
Hmm.
when you have that, silent support.
Yeah.
So, what is that one thing that as life goes on, you know, obviously, like Shakespeare said, we have those 7 stages of life, etc., etc. We start somewhere, and then eventually, when it's time to go away, what is that something you would like people to remember you? Like, oh yeah, you know what? She was a great HR. I don't know. She was a great aunt.
Great
She was a great
HR,
human.
great HR. I would say people would,
Let's
I
talk
want people,
both.
yeah,
So corporate
and personal.
and yeah, there you go.
I think they both align somehow, because I want to remember as a person. Okay, she used to stand for us, or she was a person who used to stand for people who don't have voice, or who cannot talk for themselves, I
Mhm.
would say.
Fair enough.
So who don't have that, kind of certain level in the office, or
Or they don't have a voice. You
they
don't.
don't
You
have a
don't
voice.
mind.
Yes, so
Saying
you are
something on
there
their
to
behalf.
support them, to help them. Yes. And even in my personal life, I would be remembered as someone, she's like, whenever someone is in need, or in I'm not saying monetary need,
Right.
financial need, any, I would say any kind of need. Okay, she used to be the person who we could just straight go
Count
up
on.
to, count on. We could
Very
go
nice.
go on to, yeah. I want to be remembered as that person.
It's very, very nice. So, well, we've covered your moral compass, values. This is amazing. What I admire about Mishal is that her story isn't just about climbing the corporate ladder. It's about holding on to values, resilience, and about choosing to lead with kindness, as we heard towards the end. In a world where leadership often means compromise, she reminds us that you can still be ethical, you can still be human, and still be impactful. Thank you, everybody, for watching.